Hi there, Schlockdowners. Boise here, aka Ruinous and Full of Owls, and I'm here to introduce to you one of my favourite guilty pleasure films, The Face of Fu Manchu. It's the first part of the Fu Manchu cycle, which is five films made by Harry Allen Towers or produced by Harry Allen Towers from 1965 onwards that makes up this cycle of five films. Uh, Towers actually got the rights to the Fu Manchu characters, but not the stories from Sax Rohmer's widow for a little over £2,000, which was, yeah, massively underselling them. If you've ever read the Sax Rohmer novels, they're really good, really pulpy, what I call two-fisted action, which is what I also consider this film. Uh, but the film, well, the stories themselves, the Sax Rohmer stories, are one of the most racist things I've ever read, and I like H.P. Lovecraft a lot. Uh, the films are much, much less racist, but the elephant in the room is it still contains Christopher Lee wearing yellowface. He has the prosthetic epicanthial folds. Uh, Thankfully, it's not overly done, although apparently it did make it quite hard for Lee to maintain the expressiveness in his face. They marketed the hell out of it though. A lot of our favourite films were sort of sleeper hits or they became cult classics. This one, well, I say, when it came out, did really well. But they had all sorts of clever marketing. They had, I think, in New York, there was a mayoral campaign. It was new mayor of New York. So they had a load of posters printed and put up in all the subways with Fu Manchu for mayor and Christopher Lee in the full garb. There was also, they used to have tie-ins with Chinese restaurants where they had fortune cookies with free passes for the movie in it. And occasionally they would have a thing where they'd have a pre-recorded message, and somebody in one of these Chinese restaurants would go, "Oh, there's a telephone call for you, sir," and then they would be handed a phone and be given a pre-recorded message. I don't know if it was actually Christopher Lee's voice, but a message from the most evil man in the world, Dr. Fu Manchu. The Fu Manchu of the stories and the Fu Manchu of the movies is slightly different. In the stories, he is every bit the horrible yellow peril Asian caricature. In the movies, he becomes a James Bond villain, which I think is why I love it. It's like instead of following the adventures of James Bond, you follow the adventures of Doctor No, who always gets away in the end. Even though he doesn't appear to, you'll always hear these echoing words at the end of each film. Uh, the world will hear from me again. And I just love that. It's camp. It's maybe a little camp, but I love it. There are older films that are not part of the cycle. There was one famously with Boris Karloff in it, which is considered probably even more racist than the books. It's hard to watch from what I can tell. And Towers ran this into the ground. The first movies are great. The later movies are awful. The ones in the middle are all right. Uh, and the ignominious death of Dr. Fu Manchu is a Peter Sellers film where he was even Peter Sellers was not looking very well at that time, but it was the fiendish plot of Dr. Fu Manchu where it was played for laughs. Uh, Obviously, this isn't something we're ever going to see again in modern cinema. Uh, but for what it is, I still love it. You've got to remember that it's not tongue in cheek, but it's working with the source material. If you can get over the fact that it's Christopher Lee painted up, one of the things, ironically, that saves it is something he got a lot of stick for from the critics at the time is the fact he never affects an Asian accent. There's no arso involved in this. He is just the stern Christopher Lee that we know and we love. So I hope you enjoy it or can at least stand it. I imagine it's a very Marmite thing. It's pulp. It's Nayland Smith, going in, punching people, service revolver there, only to be shown and disarmed, and then there's a massive punch up. But like I say, enjoy The Face of Dr. Fu Manchu. Thanks, everybody. Thanks, Derek.